The first time I ran the business, I did a few things. I basically sold my services on an hourly basis, which worked well until I landed up taking a 15-month exclusive assignment with a customer, which basically almost turned into a full-time role. And the challenges with that is when you're your own business, you're your own sales, your own accounting, your own finance, your own IT, your own everything. So I spent all my time working in the business, meaning my clients' work, but not on my business. And so fast forward 15 months later, that engagement finishes and I had no pipeline. I hadn't done my year end and had missed the window for my accountant to work his magic. I was like starting over again because I hadn't focused on working on the business. And so that's ultimately how I landed up taking a full-time role at SAP. I thought, well, I'll pursue building the business again or finding a full-time job. Whatever comes first will come first. But I knew once I restarted again, I wanted to be more proactive about working on and over the business versus just in the business. And so, as I was building and I was thinking about positioning, in fact, I came across Melisa's podcast because I was looking for some context for my announcement email that I was going to make for LinkedIn. And I was like, I wonder what sort of this great resignation has had on the consulting world. And so I started Googling that and landed up like with Melissa's podcast and listened to that issue and then went back and listened to all of the other ones up to that point. And at one point she said in the podcast, there was one about not being afraid to spend money on the business and invest in the business. And at that moment, it was like she was talking to me and I was like, I need to make that phone call. I need to set this off right from the beginning so I don't make the same mistakes again, because I was starting to already feel like I was falling into some bad habits. There was no question. Like I just knew. I'm a firm believer that I trust my gut and my instinct, and my instinct said, spend this money. This is a great investment for you to do for your business and for the long-term viability of your business. She pushed me to approach my business as a business from day one of working with her. And, we often still to this day refer back to that plan that we put in place. And it's amazing how actually accurate it was, but she pushed that discipline of building the plan, and then how was I going to build my capacity and how many clients did I need to take on to achieve my plan. She drives accountability. It's like going on a diet. Unless somebody's holding you accountable, you're not going to lose any weight. It's like anything in life. And that's what she has really drives me to be accountable, but also gives me the strategies to be successful. It took sort of the insecurity out. And so for me, the weekly check-ins, the weekly building on the what had we done last week, what was next, as well as what had happened during the week, that accountability, that sort of forward traction and movement was really impactful. And the fact that I also was able to reach out to her at any time I had a question. And I did many times, and she was always available. Just knowing that Melisa was there, Melisa was in my corner watching over and had my back, just gave me a great deal of comfort. And I honestly believe that if I hadn't gone through her program, that I wouldn't be as successful as I am today. Not only have I gained a business colleague, I've gained a friend. She's just kind on top of being really smart and sometimes pushing me completely out of my comfort zone. She's just a really good, kind human being on top of it all.